I mean, having them be this close and being able to watch them and how fast they go and how fast they take those turns is awesome. I just love it.
It's really awesome. I think 2 or 3 years definitely on the map for big-time races, and we'll get a lot of bigger teams and the international teams big time. I mean, you can't argue with the surroundings around here, so it'll be good.
We decided to come to the Tour of Utah because it's going to be a big UCI race next year, and it's one of our team goals actually this year. This is one of our biggest goals. We figured it would be a great race for us because we're a climbing team, we're good climbers, and it would get us the most amount of exposure for the buck, basically. We could come out here and do a week of great races, and you can't really find races anywhere else in the country that are this good and have this level of competition.
Tour of Utah is basically putting Utah on the map on a national stage. It's now being seen at the same level as the Tour of California and the Tour of Georgia. So you're going to see teams in the future that are vying to get into the Tour de France competing at the Tour of Utah. And I don't think that's an overestimation. I think that their talk is good. Everybody knows the courses are tough here, tougher than they are in California and tougher than they are in Georgia. And the money is here and the support is here.
And I think cycling itself is going to start really improving. It's going to be a bigger sport, and I hope more people start getting involved.
When you see tonight how many people turned out and supported the race, even with all the scandal, the fans are still sticking with the sport, and and they believe in the riders. Obviously there's some bad apples, or allegedly there's some bad apples, but I'm not here to say most of us guys are just out here doing a job, and we're working hard to do it, and it's just great to get this kind of support. All these roads, I ride on them all the time, and to finish out in front of the Delta Center here, it's pretty crazy to think. And there's a Nickelback concert going on tonight, and they shut them down, and I'm sure those guys are pissed. But they're probably parked. A lot of people probably had to walk a long way, but it's great for the sport, and it was repaid. Just great for all the fans to come out and watch. It's amazing how many people are out spectating tonight. Perfect.
It's near impossible to do something like this. I think when you have, you have 15, 20, police officers working the course, and the course is possibly, 10 to 15,000 people packed on it. It just says there's definitely a need for people to see this level of bike racing around.
To be able to put something on like this is it's awesome. For me, it's amazing because I've ridden over all these climbs, and all the terrain that we're racing on it's all my backyard, and I've always kind of dreamt of being able to race on this, and then to be able to lead the race, it's even better. I'm speechless. It's been fun.
This brings in not only the very top-notch people, but kind of the lower guys as well, and I think those guys are pretty genuine, doing it because they love it and they're good and maybe trying to get to that point. So, yeah, I think that'll help.
We've had enough scandals, enough controversy, enough question marks from, explicit drug use for whatever reason. This basically brings racing to a much cleaner state, to a point where people say, okay, this is what racing is supposed to be. And I think Tour of Utah totally represents what American bike stage racing is supposed to be at the pro level.
And it seems like the American races, they don't have to worry so much about the drug scandals, because I think it's more of a European culture thing that promotes that. And over here it seems to be a lot better. So I think that as people realize that the racing over here is reaching a new level, and you have all these great races coming up, like this race, that you're going to have riders coming over from Europe that want to race here because it's clean here, and they can do good races, and they can make good money, and have a living being a professional bike racer, and not have to deal with all the pressures of being in Europe.
Well, the culture is the big difference. It's just cycling there is like basketball or football or or baseball here. It's just the fans are just so knowledgeable, and it's just supported. And these types of events are really helping to bring the level up in America. Just over the past, I've only been racing in the U.S. for 4 years. Over the past 4 years that I've been here, the level's gone up exponentially. It's amazing, just the because of there's all these smaller teams that are growing, and riders are getting chances to ride in big races like this, and that's how you learn. That's what the difference is competitive-wise, is the depth is so great in Europe, and the depth is definitely it's getting deeper here, so it's great.
Next year, it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, it's going to be on a broader scale, and they're going to be possibly doing races as far north as Logan and as far south as St. George. This is the real deal. This is as good as racing will ever get in Utah.